afternoon, guys. So today I'm going to be doing a haul video for you all. This is all the stuff that I got on my recent trip to Seattle. If you guys saw my last video, I went to see Harry Styles and spent a couple of days in the Bellevue, Seattle area. And Mom and I did a little bit of shopping. So I wanted to do a haul video for you with everything that I got. Let's get started. I'm going to warn you now, the chair that I'm sitting on squeaks. And that's just going to have to be acceptable because it's the only chair that I've got. So we did MAC, Sephora, and Ulta, and at MAC I picked up a couple of things, and again, some of this you will have seen in the vlog. I did mention and show some of this, but I wanted to just do a collective post and video about just all the stuff that I just got while I was there. So I picked up two Fix Pluses. I got the MAC Fix Plus Gold Light and then the Fix Plus Matte, and these are just different setting sprays. One has kind of a little bit of a gold shimmer to it, and the other one is just like a mattifying setting spray. If you know me, I have really oily skin, and so anything that I can use to help kind of keep my skin and oils under control, I am totally for. And the other two things that I picked up as well were two eyeshadows. I did do swatches of these in my last video, so if you want to go see the swatches of them, go check out my last video to see those. I picked up I Like to Watch and Sea Worship. They're both kind of off green, sort of kind of mossy kind of colors. And they're just really pretty. I realized that I don't really have kind of any greens in my collection that are kind of that kind of soft color. I have like dark kind of greens that basically read black or like dark brown, but I just didn't have any kind of yellowy green or greens in my makeup collection, so I thought I'd pick up those, and I do really like MAC products, so I got those. From Ulta, I picked up a couple of things as well. So I got the SkinFood Volcanic and Egg White Pore Hot Steam Pack, and this is just a pore pack to help remove blackheads and like help kind of control sebum and oil control around your pores. Again, like I previously mentioned, I have really oily skin, so anything that I can use to kind of treat that and help that, I am totally for. I haven't given this a chance yet, but if you'd like, I can maybe do like an Instagram post about it once I try it. I do have to look up the full directions because everything is in, I think, Korean. I'm not sure. Pretty sure it's Korean. Maybe not. I don't know. All the instructions for all the SkinFood products are in Korean, I think. So I can't read them, so I'm gonna have to look on Ulta's website and see for the directions. I have previously used SkinFood's, one of their face masks, and I live and die by it. I think it really helps, and I can totally see a difference in my pores when I use it, and it's one of my favorites. So I really trust their kind of pore kind of minimizing kind of products. I think that they're going to be really good, so I'm very excited to try that. I did also pick up a foundation. I am always trying to find new foundations. I kind of, like everybody, I think, is trying to find and create like a core set of foundations that they know work for them, that work for their skin, do what they want, or the coverage that they want, and have good longevity. And I mean, it's kind of a never-ending battle because it almost feels like daily companies are coming out with new foundations. I've been on the hunt for a good stick foundation for like 2 years now, since it kind of started becoming a thing. And as I've previously mentioned, it's just really hard to find foundations in my skin tone. For some reason, the darker the skin tones, they always tend to pull really orange, and I'm not really quite sure why that seems to always be the case, but I don't really pull orange. I'm more neutral, if anything, leaning a little bit slightly yellow. And so finding foundations that aren't orange or don't become orange as they oxidize is really a struggle for me. But I picked up this Revolution stick foundation. I think it was like 10 bucks or something, in the shade F10. And when I swatched it in Ulta, it looked like a true skin match for me in the store, which never happens. Normally things that's like, I could make it work, it's like a little bit too light, or it's just like a little bit too dark, or a little bit too pink, or a little bit too yellow. But it looked like a true proper skin match for me. Again, I have not tried this yet. None of the products that you're gonna see in the makeup and stuff have I tried. I've been waiting to use them so I could film this video, and then I will go in and start trying them. But I figured for 10 bucks I could try it, and even if it doesn't totally perfectly work, I can make it work until I use it up. All the products that I'm going to be talking about and that I've mentioning will be linked down below, so if you like them or are interested in them, go check them out. Again, none of them are like, you know, affiliate links or anything like that. It's literally just I'm linking them to make it easier for you to find them. But I'm really excited to try this. Like I said, I've been trying to find a stick foundation for a while because I just feel like stick foundations can be pretty easy, and I think they're a little bit sometimes easier to travel with, just because it's not like a glass bottle or something that you have to worry about breaking. It's just like a stick foundation. You can even probably like toss it in your bag if you wanted to for touch-ups during the day. So I'm very excited to try this, and that's going to be really good. And then one of the products that I live and die by are the Ulta brow pencils. Now, I have a very extensive makeup collection. That is to say, I have more than the average person. I know there are tons of like beauty gurus and stuff there that have like so much makeup, and I know they gift it and it's great and whatever, but I have more than the normal. So I am a true believer of investing in products once you find them, but doing it well and doing it like kind of smart. So if it's something that you know you're gonna use a lot of, and it's not like a foundation where you might be able to rotate through them or whatever, I say stock up, but do it from like a drugstore brand. So one of the things that obviously I go through a lot of is brow pencils. And I used to live and die by Anastasia brow products, and I still really like them, but they're expensive. And when you use them daily and you go through them so quickly, that's a lot of money to be spending. So I started looking around for drugstore brow products that I liked, that I could have no guilt in buying a lot of, because I was going to be going through them so often. And I happened upon the Ultra Slim brow pencils from Ulta, and I love these. They're $10 a piece. One of these will last me 3 weeks, so I'm spending, you know, one a month essentially, and $10 a month for one of these, and like get a full month's use out of them is better to me than spending $20, $30 on some of the brow products that you're seeing. Not that they're not good, and they may be worth it to you, that's totally fine, but for me it just didn't seem worth it to spend that kind of money on something that I was just using a lot of. So I really like these. They're just like thin kind of pointed brow pencils, just like the normal like kind of ones that you see. They remind me of there's a Benefit one, I can't remember the name of it, but it's like their kind of one. It's that idea, just like the thin kind of stick, not pencil like pencil formula, it's more of just like a creamier formula, but it's that idea where it's just like a thin kind of end to it. So I have two of those in the shade of dark brown. I buy like 2 or 3 of these at a time when I go to Ulta, like if I'm getting low, just so that I have them in case I don't have a trip coming up and I don't want to order it. I just buy them as I go. So I have a very large trip coming up in September, which you will be seeing more of shortly. I'm not going to say what it is yet, but some of you know, if you're my friend and I've talked to you, you know what it is. But I have been trying to figure out what makeup to bring with me on this trip. And namely, I've been trying to figure out what eyeshadow palettes to bring, because it's going to be a month-long trip and I will not be at home, and I'm not bringing a ton of luggage, so I don't want to have to, you know, lug around multiple palettes just to be able to get, you know, a decent array of looks out of them. So when Urban Decay ruined my life and announced that they were going to be releasing a new palette that was kind of a little bit of everything, I almost stroked out. I love Urban Decay palettes. The Urban Decay Naked, actually just the original, yeah, it was the Urban Decay just original Naked palette was the first makeup palette that I ever bought, years after it had come out. Like I got into makeup like in my senior year of high school, post high school, like I got into it really late, and so I've always lived and died by them. I think that they're really great formulas. I love to travel with them, and so I own all 3 of the Naked original palettes. I own Naked Heat and I own Naked Smoky as well. And then they went and did this, and they released the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. It's phenomenal. Again, I have not tried using it yet. I've just watched it and I watched videos about it. I hummed and hawed over it because, again, I don't need another eyeshadow palette. I'm fully aware of that. I know I don't need another eyeshadow palette, but it just is so perfect, and it's exactly what I was looking for in a palette. It's majority shimmer, so I'm probably gonna end up taking another small palette just to have some just straight neutral mattes for like transition shades, but taking this and one small palette is fine with me. I'd rather do that than feel like I have to take, you know, 3 or 4 different palettes just to be able to get a lot out of them, because, you know, they only are a set shade of colors. This palette is stunning. I love the packaging on it. It's like solid plastic. It's very sturdy. I think it's closest to Naked Smoky and Naked Heat, but it's still a little bit different. It doesn't have that kind of I mean, it's a hard plastic, but I don't know, you'd have to just kind of see them together to kind of see what I mean. It's nothing like the original Naked like velvet that doesn't like clasp that kind of packaging, which I hate. I think everybody hates it. It's like a cardboard, I think, and it's like velvet on the top, so it gets dirty really quickly, and it doesn't latch or anything or close. It just like sets against itself, and it's just awful to travel with. I love it because it's a great neutral palette, but it's just not good to travel with. This one is just like a solid, hard plastic, really sturdy, has the magnetic closure on it. It's like really strong magnetic closure too. Like you have to kind of work to open it, at least I do on mine. And it is just absolutely gorgeous. I'll insert a closer video here of like more of a pan over of what the shades look like, but it is just beautiful. You have kind of a set of cool tones over here, you've got some neutral transitions right up here, and then you've got some warmer tones in varying shades. A lot of times when people or makeup companies do kind of palettes like this, when they do warm tones, they just do browns or oranges, but this one has both. It has browns, oranges, and it has some berries in it, which like I feel like you just never see. And then some greens and some blues, dark purple, or like an orange shimmer as well as an orange matte, and then a bunch of like lighter kind of transition shades in like kind of champagne shades. So again, I'll share like a closer video than this, but it is just stunning. And then when you see yourself, there's this huge mirror. Look at this mirror. This is, I think, might be the biggest mirror in any of the Naked palettes. It's definitely, I think, the biggest palette that they have, but it's still, even as it stands, is like, you know, 2 pinky lengths in width. Like it's thin, it's super thin, and it's stunning. It's so gorgeous, and I'm very excited to use this and play with it and take it with me because it kind of has everything that I might possibly need. The next place that we went to and last for the makeup and skincare stuff is Sephora. Obviously, this is the Endless Summer Glow Bronze and Glow Highlight Bronzer from BECCA and Chrissy Teigen. Now, I own BECCA and Chrissy Teigen's collab, the first one, the palette that she did, and I love it. I think it's great. When she first teased that she was going to be doing another collab with them, I was very giddy because I love Chrissy Teigen. I live and die by BECCA highlights. I think probably BECCA is probably my #1 highlight company just for highlights. I don't really own anything else from them. I just own like 5 of their highlights now, 5 or 6 of them, and I think they're beautiful. They're the company that I own the most highlights from because I just think that they're a great formula. But it is this really pretty kind of mix of a highlights, a kind of a pinky blush, and a bronzer. And again, I mentioned this in the other video, but it reminds me of Neapolitan ice cream. I think anybody would think that makes them think of Neapolitan ice cream, but I'm very excited to use this, and it's so pretty. And then I picked up also the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in Overdrive. I can't remember if my mom and I ever actually figured out if this is from the Beach collection or if this is from, I'm pretty sure it's from the Beach collection from Urban Decay. But again, I swatched this one in my vlog video as well, so that'll also be linked down below. But it's just a really pretty kind of greeny teal eyeliner pencil. Again, I really like the Urban Decay eyeliners. They just glide on and melt on just really smoothly, and I just think that they're really great, and I think this is just such a pretty summer color. I'm really excited to use this in conjunction with the palette. I think this is going to be just an amazing combination. I think I can make a lot of really cool looks with this combination, so that's going to be really nice to play around with this summer. And then the last thing that I actually bought at Sephora is the Huda Beauty Gemstone Obsessions kind of, it's a 9 shadow palette. I don't know what the easier way of phrasing that is because there's quads and there's, you know, trios and stuff. I don't know what the correct way to say a 9 shadow palette is. But this is just an all shimmer, kind of like the Urban Decay palette in the sense that it's kind of got a little bit of everything. It's got a purple, it's got a blue, it's got some brown tones, it's got some pinks, it's got a greeny kind of shade, although the greeny shade does pull more teal. It's more blue green than just like straight green. And then kind of this really pretty duochrome periwinkle pink kind of color. So that's really nice, and again, I really like this. This is just nice to travel with because it's so tiny, and so you just take this and then like another small mini palette like the Smashbox like Photo Ready Travel palette that's just all mattes, and then you can do everything because you've got some neutrals to play with, and then you have a bunch of shadows that have shimmer to them. So I really like them. Okay, so there's only 3 stores that kind of fall into the miscellaneous categories, and of this, only one of the sets of stuff have you seen yet. So the first is from SUGARFINA. So SUGARFINA is the candy company, and it's kind of become really popular in like LA and among trendy celebrities, and they started selling them at Nordstrom's, or parts of their stuff at like Nordstrom stores. So I've been seeing them for a couple of years now, but I'd never actually gotten to go into a full SUGARFINA store with like all of their products in it. And they had one inside the Bellevue Mall, so of course Mom and I partook. Picked up the watermelon slices, which I have tried before and loved, and wanted to pick up another one. I think I've maybe mentioned them in another video. I think I mentioned it in the vlog video actually, about the fact that I've had these before. I love watermelon candies. Watermelon candies and peanut M&Ms are like the only things I ever get when I go to the movies. I get one of the two, if not both of them, when I go to the movies. And these ones just felt like nicer. These ones, and I mean they're just as bad for me as the kind of the Sour Patch ones that you can buy in the store, but I really like these ones, and they're just really good. So if you like watermelon candies, you should try picking these up, because these are really good. And then I will say I have dipped into the next 2, so they are not full anymore because I've been eating on them. I picked up the Blood Orange Fruitini ones, and these are like, again, they're all jelly candies, but these ones are kind of like gumdrop shaped, and they have sugar on the outside of them, and they're just a blood orange flavor. I don't know if it's the flavor itself or if it's the fact that there's sugar on the outside of them, but they're not tart at all. Like you could eat like 2 or 3 of them at a time and not ever like make a pucker face, because they're just really subtle, nice kind of blood orange flavor. So these are really good. And then the last things I got were the stout pints. These are half like a roasted chocolate flavor, half vanilla, and they're meant to look, I think, like pint glasses or like beer bottles, I guess. I don't know, but again, these are really good. I don't like hoppy beers or light beers really. The only one that I can really stomach is Corona, and even that is, I have like 1 a year, I think. So I really like ales and stouts and just dark amber, almost black sometimes beers, like Guinness, or there's a thing called a Cold Smoke here in Montana that's like a really like local brewery, and it's like kind of like our equivalent of a Guinness. It's amazing, and that's more what I prefer. So when I saw these, I was like, that seems like it might be right up my alley. And I was right. These are really good. And then the next one, I don't think I mentioned, maybe I mentioned in the vlog video that we were going to Crate&Barrel. I don't know if I actually did or not, but we ended up going to Crate&Barrel the last day that we were there. We went back to the mall just for a little bit, just to like go to Crate&Barrel, because that was the first store we'd seen when we went to the mall, and we didn't end up getting a chance to go until the last day, because I'd never actually been inside of a Crate&Barrel myself. I've like looked online and stuff, but I've never been inside of the store, and so I wanted to kind of see what they have, just to get an idea for future places that I'm living in, that when I'm on my own, because I do have to get some stuff that I haven't had to buy up till this point, because I've been sharing rooms with people. And so I bought, this was on clearance. I bought this kind of glass carton tub thing. I don't really know the best way. Canister? Yeah, it's a canister. It's huge. It just says it's a large canister, right? So I don't know exactly the size of it, and if I can find it online, I will link it down below. Like I said, it was on clearance, so they may have pulled it off their websites, but it's just a white canister with the mint green kind of outer rim on the top and a small little lid, and it has that nice little kind of plastic rim on the inside to help kind of keep it suctioned in so it stays closed. And then it's just this nice big canister. I don't know really what I'm going to use it for yet. I think I'm going to put and not at this where I'm currently living, but my next place that I'm staying, I think I'm gonna do like put like my laundry pods in there, or like my soaps or whatever. I think I'm gonna put them in there for inside of my laundry room. I really like that idea, because it kind of is just nicer. It doesn't look quite as kind of all over the place, kind of keeps with my theme. My room currently is like white and gray and mint and rose gold color schemed, as you can kind of see by the thing behind me here. So this green does pull a little bit more, or this mint color pulls more green than mint, like true mint, but I think amongst other mint products, I think it'll look just fine. So I'm very excited about that. Now the last two things that I got, one of them I'm wearing. So I have this shirt that I got at the concert, and this is the Seattle specific Harry Styles concert tee from the show. This was the only thing that I went into the concert knowing I was gonna buy, because I had seen the event tees and I wanted one really badly. Again, if you know me, anytime I go to a concert, I pick up at least a t-shirt, and I always want one that has the dates of the concert tour. So it's typically like the one shirt that has all of the dates on that tour and the places. I always get one of those shirts, and then either like a program or a book or something like that to have to like flip through. So I picked up this shirt, obviously, and they're nice because I'm pretty sure they're unisex fit, because I got a size smaller than what I normally would have to wear, because the size that I normally wear looked ginormous on me. I'm normally a large, and I ended up having to get a medium in this shirt just because the large was just huge. So I picked up this, and then I'm not going to unroll this because I'm going to eventually frame this, so I'm sure you'll see it around, but it's the same print as this shirt. It's the same picture, but it's just the World Tour 2018 tour poster, and I'm going to get this framed. So this is going to go up in my room at some point. Last thing I got from the concert was the Polaroid book that he released that is just as Harry on the front of it, and it's just, oh, those are my tickets from the show that I kept because I want to frame them. It's just full of Polaroids that have been taken throughout the like promo tour and the first mini tour they did. And it's just this nice pretty picture book just to have it kind of in my head. I'm going to have it as sort of like a coffee table book kind of thing, just accented, and I just think that's really nice, so I picked that up. And that's all the stuff that is miscellaneous that I picked up from my trip to Seattle. And then last is all the clothes that I picked up. So I went to two stores. I went to BECCA and I went to TORRID, and so everything that I got is from those two places. We're going to start with TORRID first just because there's not as much from there. Just got all this stuff. One of these I actually got, they didn't have it in my size in the store, and so I ordered it and had it shipped to the house. So it's partly why I waited to do this video, because I wanted to wait until the two things that I ordered, one from each store, got here so I could include them in this video. This is the piece that I ordered from TORRID. It's this really pretty, like kind of long top, high-low blouse that's just kind of sheer. This really pretty yellow color with this gorgeous just button just up through to the bottom of the bust, and it's just nice and sheer. Just wear like a tank top underneath it, and it's gonna be really cute with jeans. And it's just really summery. It's really light and kind of airy, and I just think it's really cute. And I got that in a size 00. Everything I think I got is in a 00 because I've tried stuff in the size 1 at TORRID, which theoretically is what I should be based on their size guide, and I swim in it. It's way too big. So I'm actually, I think, a 00 or a 0 depending on the shirt, on the item of clothing itself. And then second, I picked up this blouse, and it's a white tank top lace blouse that kind of hits to just above the waist. So it's really kind of short, and it's just really pretty. And again, I got that, this one I got in a size 1, and I think I got it in a 1 because they didn't have a 0. And then the last thing that I picked up at TORRID is this really pretty black flower print blouse. It's a halter with a lace kind of upper neck piece that just sits right here, and then a keyhole neck on the back. And again, it's just a black flower print top that's just really nice. I liked it because I think anything with like a little bit of a lace detail like that can kind of be a little bit dressy if you want it to be. Obviously this shirt could just be worn with jeans or shorts or whatever, and or a skirt, and it would look amazing and just super cute. But I think it's also just having that little bit of lace detail just gives it a little something that I feel makes it a little bit classy, a little bit dressier if you want it to be. So again, and this is just like a nice kind of cotton stretchy kind of jersey material, and so it's just comfortable, can throw it on, and it just looks nice without really a lot of effort. So that's what I picked up at TORRID. And then I went to BECCA as well, like I'd mentioned. And again, this first piece that I'm going to show you is the piece that I ordered online that just got delivered to the house a couple of days ago, only because it's right on top. So it's this really nice halter or like spaghetti strap cold shoulder with like, I think it kind of hits like around the elbow, just like this pretty blouse with this pink floral pattern on it. And then again, it just has this really nice cold shoulder lace detail on it, and then this is the part that hits just below the, around the elbow. And I got this in a large. This material doesn't really have a lot of give to it, so I would say I wish this is the one that they didn't have it in my size in store, and so she ordered it for me. I almost wish that I'd gotten an extra large, only because I have really broad shoulders from doing gymnastics during my youth, and that has made it hard so that for me to get blouses typically like that fit totally perfectly in like my size range, just because my shoulders are a little bit more broad than what typically women of my size and age, you know, have. So sometimes tops are hard because it feels almost like they're gonna, not that they're gonna rip, but it just feels a little bit tight across the shoulder sometimes. And then I got this black and white thin striped jersey kind of cotton dress, and I got this in a large as well. It's a halter top with a keyhole front neck on it, and then it just is just this nice long, again, stretchy jersey material fabric. And I picked this up because I've been trying to find, I currently own a bathing suit cover up that is more meant to be worn from like a hotel room straight to the pool. It's not really something that you could wear like if you're wearing a bathing suit underneath your clothes all day, which I may potentially be doing on part of this trip. And so I wanted something that was actually like an outfit, but that could kind of double as a cover-up if I wanted it to be and have it be just fine. So that's why I picked, one of the reasons why I picked this up. It's just this cute simple dress that's just like nice and stretchy, and it's just comfortable to wear for long periods of time, but it would work beautifully as a cover-up just because of the material and the way that it fits. It's just really nice. So I got that, and then I picked up another dress sort of again with that kind of cover-up idea in mind, and it's very similar, but it's a different material. This is a kind of a gray blue sort of color with white stripe again, and this one's longer. This is more of a blouse dress, so it's kind of more of a, I don't even really know what this fabric is. It's like a, I don't even know. I'll have to look on the thing here on the bottom. But it's a really long dress. This one hits just above my knee, or my ankles, and it's got a button front all the way down, and then has a tie that comes out of it as well that can wrap around. So this one's nice because it can be worn as like a duster, just completely open, just like pulled over like a tank top or a blouse in like shorts or jeans or whatever, or it can be worn as a dress by itself, or like kind of a combination of both, like button one in the middle or something like that. So again, I got this kind of with that bathing suit idea in mind, just as another option to have. And then I got this one in a large size as well. And this one's just nice, and again, it's really, this one's really, really thin. This one's thinner than the other one, and like in comparison, it's very, very sheer. But it's just light and fun, and I don't know, I really like it. I think it's gonna be very stylish to have for my trip. And then I got three more things. Again, all of this stuff you will have seen because I did do like a mini haul in the vlog, but this is kind of just more detail about it. And this one I picked up, and this is in a large size as well. It's this off the shoulder kind of dusty pink kind of color. Kind of got almost kind of a gray purple undertone to it. And it's just an off the shoulder blouse that has really, really nice, pretty gold kind of embellishments on. They're like little gold beads. And it just kind of is like a peplum top, so it kind of cinches in right around the upper waist, and it's just very flowy, kind of very, I guess like very 70s vibe, very kind of loose and flowy, and it's just like really nice. And again, because of the embellishments, I think it's really nice because it can be just, if you want it to just be casual, it can be just casual, or it can be dressed up really easily, which I really like that versatility. So that's mostly what I had in mind when I was getting a lot of these items of clothing, was just how versatile it could be, because I'm not going to be taking a ton of clothes with me on this trip because I don't want to have to check a suitcase if possible. So it's gonna just be whatever I can make work for a month and use in varying different ways and get different looks out of it and have it be really versatile. So then I got this, and this is actually a duster, and this is a kind of yellow peach long duster, again with a cinched waist on it right here, and a couple small buttons on the front. and it's just really sheer, and this one's high-low, so this one goes, the back of it goes like I think all the way back down to like the back of my calves. This one's pretty long, and this one is just meant to be worn with a tank top underneath it or whatever. And this one I got in a medium size only because it didn't need to be one of those things that fit me like a t-shirt would or like a blouse would, because it is so loose and airy. I was able to pull off with getting a medium in this because the way that it fits, it only needed to be able to really cinch or close right through my waist, which is my smallest part. So I was able to size it to that instead of having to buy a size large, which I would have to do in other pieces of clothes. So, and then the last piece of clothing that I got, this one in theory should give you an idea of potentially where I'm going on this trip. At least to me it screams very obvious, but I got this white haltered top, again cold shoulder, love a good cold shoulder, I do, with this beautiful blue detail down the front of it in kind of like mirroring shades of blue, like a darker kind of royal blue and then a kind of more sky blue. And it's very thin, just airy material, again travels really well. And I picked this one up in a large, and this one, again, it's just one of those pieces. It's really casual. It can just be worn with jean shorts and have it look super cute, or you could wear it with like a nice blazer and have the print stand out and be the focal point and dress it up with nice jeans and heels or something. And it's super cute and I really like it. So that's everything that I got on this trip. So a little bit of everything, a little bit of skincare, a little bit of makeup, some clothes, some bits and bobs for around the house. So I am very excited to wear these, and you'll be seeing them over the course of the next few months and from here on out. And if you ever want me to do a review of any of the things that I've mentioned, or if you ever see me post about anything on my Instagram and Twitter, link down below, then just let me know and I would have no problem doing that for you. I have a couple videos in mind. I had some requests from some of my close friends for some video ideas that they would like to see from me, so you should be seeing those soon. I have not forgotten about those, I promise. I'm going to get to them. So now we're going to get on to the catch-up portion of this video and kind of a concert review, just to kind of get you all up to speed with my life and what's going on.